is that? 3 to 12 years, right? Am I loud and clear? The last row you have to tell. It looks like a particular group of students very active and rather hyperactive. Hold your energy, enthusiasm till we get the result. The day you get the result, you freak out. Do you understand what I say? So, second question, what is the antonym? Underline the word antonym. Antonym to the word semantic. So, what do you understand? What is the meaning of the word semantic related to concepts and logical thinking? They want the opposite. Is it coherent or incoherent? Hold this one. Conceptual, same. Linguistic deals with a particular field. Denotative, denote means express. I'll give the meanings later. And lexical, related to words. So what is the answer here? First option, have you chosen? Incoherent. Now write the meaning of the word. First you write one word, coherence. Coherence is an important word. It goes with writing skill. Writing skill is all about coherence. Write the meaning of that particular word. Coherence means smooth and logical flow of sentences. Smooth and logical flow of sentences. When writers write something, they have to make sure the sentences flow smoothly and logically. How do they do that? With the help of link words. Brackets, you write link words. Connectors, we also say. So, writing is all about coherence. Coherent paragraph. Coherence, which part of speech is it? Try to guess. Noun. What is the adjective form? Coherent. So, what is the opposite of that? Incoherent. Concept, a simple word. Linguistic. Put a star mark and write this word. Linguistics. Answer my question, does it take a singular verb or a plural verb? Though plural form, it takes a singular verb. Write that one. Linguistics are not very popular. Wrong. Linguistics is not very popular. Singular verb. That you have to recollect. Have you written? The next word, denotative, but write the word denote. Something denotes means express. Usually this word, a particular part of speech denotes something, means what? Expresses something. Have you guys written? What is the next one? Write the word lexicographer. This has been given a few times. Who is a lexicographer? If someone knows, you can. Today we have brought mics. The last 15 minutes you'll be given a mic, you have to respond. So be prepared. Lexicographer, a person, write the meaning. A person who publishes. See, I want you guys to write quickly. There's so much to give. A person who publishes dictionaries. A person who publishes dictionaries, deals with words, lexicographer. You all know the word dictionary. It has another word. Write that word. Lexicon. Lexicon means what? A dictionary. But generally we don't use that word. Do we? No. Have we done with that question? Question number 3. What percentage of dementia cases are caused by Alzheimer's disease? What is the percentage? 60 to 70%. Explicit information, easy to answer. Which brain region is specifically targeted by Alzheimer's disease, leading to memory impairment? Is it the second option? Hippocampus, clearly mentioned. Hippocampus. But underline the word impairment. Impair means what? Please write to spoil, write also to damage. Impair means to damage, to spoil. I would like to ask again, are you guys getting enough time to write? The purpose should not be defeated. What is a synonym to the word probable as used in passage? This is a bit challenging in my opinion. Can you use the word remote at the outset? And let us take elimination approach, strike off. Dubious, write the meaning of the word dubious. Very good. I appreciate that. Write doubtful. Dubious means what? Doubtful. Also write one combination. Dubious distinction. Dubious distinction means what? Doubtful distinction. That's an important combination you have to remember. Hold that option. What is the next one here? Uncertain, underline dubious, uncertain, improbable, credible. Already we have rejected remote. Dubious, uncertain, one and the same or not? And improbable also the same thing. So what are you left with? What is the answer here? But based on that, write one important word. It goes with you people on the lighter side. Incredible students means what? Unbelievable. Sometimes you guys are incredible. Means unbelievable. It has a positive connotation. Don't think I'm trying to be sarcastic. I mean it. Shall we go to the next one? We have done with that. Next question. What is the most common early symptom of Alzheimer's disease? It goes with forgetting the recent events or incidents. Which option is that? Second option, difficulty in remembering recent events. Next one. Which genetic risk factor is most strongly associated with Alzheimer's disease? Is it the fourth option? Yes. Mention, not mention. Clearly mention. Next one. What are amyloid plaques and neurofibrillary? Underline the word neuro. Deals with what? Neurological means nervous system. And based on that, what is the answer? Is it second option? Loss of neuronal connections in the brain. Neuron means nervous. Nerves, nervous system. I think for the first time, our students have got all the 8 correct. How many of you? All the 8 correct. Raise your hands. Today is your day. Now we'll go to the next set. What do they deal with? You have to respond. Your favorite and familiar turf. Turf means what? Field. And here, I think about phrase replacement or error location. Only error location. The house, that is a subject. Underline that we have bought recently, one group. Please do what I say. First you underline the house, write subject. Then you underline that we have bought recently. Below you write clause. Are you guys, is it the question or some other question? You have a different question? You don't have the question paper. How many of you don't have the question paper? I'm shocked. So many of you don't have the question paper. How come? See if you can provide the question paper to those students. Talk to the management. They are there. Sometimes these guys are also incredible. Those who don't have the question papers, please raise your hands immediately. Now can you come on? There is a condition, it seems. The condition is, if you come and occupy the front benches, you will be given the paper. Otherwise, no. There should be some movement. Do you understand what I say? ఎవరైతే ముందుకు వచ్చి కూర్చుంటారో వాళ్ళకే క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ ఇవ్వబడుతుంది. ఫ్రంట్ బెంచెస్ ఆల్రెడీ అక్కడ కొంతమంది ఉన్నారమ్మా, ఇక్కడ ఫ్రంట్ బెంచెస్ వాళ్ళ దగ్గర పేపర్ లేదు. ఓకే, షల్ ఐ కంటిన్యూ? Those who have the paper, underline the house, write subject. Underline that we have bought recently. Tell me, is it a phrase or a clause? Clause. How can you say it is a clause? What are you supposed to look for? There should be a verb. What is the verb here? Have bought. And which tense is it? Present perfect tense. Anything wrong with this? No. Differ, underline the word differ. Differ takes a preposition with or from. So where is the error? Differ with is not correct, change it to differ from. And right next to the question is based on prepositional combination. Please write prepositional combination. You don't look at the parts and all, try to improve your knowledge. Here I have said, this is the error and this is the combination you have to know. Now don't ask me, sir, which part has the error? And then you mark that one. That's sheer waste of time. Do you understand what I say? We are trying to do it differently. Question number 10. The teacher was not only sympathetic to the academic difficulties of her students, but also to their personal circumstances. Put a star mark next to this question. I tell students, whenever you come across not only, but also you got to be alert. And for two reasons. One, we usually get but also after not only. It doesn't mean it is mandatory. We do have exceptions. First reason. Second reason, it goes with parallel expression. What is parallel expression? Whichever grammatical unit you use after not only, you have to use the same grammatical unit after but also. First you underline not only. What is the word you see? Sympathetic, underline that. Then you underline but also. What do you see? Underline the phrase to their personal circumstances. Are they one and the same or different grammatical units? Then right or wrong? Wrong. How do you correct this one? Shift the word sympathetic this side. The teacher was sympathetic. Please do that. Don't go to the options. Work on the sentence. The teacher was sympathetic, not only. Then what do you get? Already I've shifted the word sympathetic. What do you get? To the academic difficulties. To the academic difficulties, to their personal circumstances. Similar, not similar. Pattern-wise. To preposition, to preposition. So that means which part. Now you can decide which part has the error. Do we have to discuss that? Not required. You know what the correct sentence is. That's what matters. That is a challenging one under pressure. It was his first party. Underline, it was his first party. Since he took over the chairmanship of the company, one group, he was afraid to committing. Many of you must have got it right. Afraid to committing or afraid of committing. So where is the error? It goes with the word afraid. Afraid of committing a mistake. And again make a note, it is about prepositional combination. Afraid of something. When you are afraid of something or you are scared of something, what is the word you use? I'm sure you all know. Write the word phobia. And some people are afraid of foreigners. What is the word for that? Please write xenophobia. Xenophobia, an important word. Afraid of foreigners. This is, underline this word, important word. It's a foreign word. Means a blunder. It means what? Paw. I think X is silent. We'll check the pronunciation later. It's like committing a blunder. What is it? Committing a blunder. Shall we go to the next one? The government had better made the welfare scheme popular so that it will be sure of getting a good electoral response. Underline, it will be so that it will be sure of getting a good electoral response. This refers to present or past or future. Now, where do you think the error is? First part, how does it go? Had better made, or what will you say? Have better made or has better made? Actually, you have to say the government should make, right, that expression. The government should make. Whatever you see there, that is not right. You felt about that? Something wrong with that part. Then think what is correct. The government should make. The government should make the welfare scheme popular. Why? so that it will be sure of getting a good electoral response. That makes sense or no sense? That's what we try to say usually. You should do this, you should do that, so that you will get a positive result. Think that way, not about grammar in the real sense. Context talks about advice or suggestion. Next one. According to the archaeological experts, the tools and equipments, you should stop here. Equipment or equipments, then don't go beyond while taking the exam. But mock test explanation, we have to read the sentence. Equipment's not correct. Equipment used by the people of Maya civilization appears to be quite modern. Underline the word quite. Then you have to recollect and write two words. One is quite, the other one quiet. Quite means what? Very. When we say quite enthusiastic, the students are quite enthusiastic. What does it mean? Very enthusiastic. I want the place to be quiet. I prefer a quiet place. Calm. The other day I gave the words related to calm. Do you remember? What are the words? Tell me. One is placid. What is the other one? Tranquil. Keep telling. What is the other word? Serene. All these you have to recollect. Is that set over? Oh, we have, that set is over. Easy or difficult? Every time I ask a question, what are you supposed to do? Am I asking you guys or someone else? You should respond. Then otherwise I may think whether you are here or somewhere else. You will say, sir, we are here, not physically. Exactly. What are these about? See, let us make it, this session, every session, try to make it enjoyable. Enjoyable from which angle? Not by shouting or not that way. Enrichment point of view. There's something called joy of learning. Have you heard of that? When you learn, you have to be happy. Think that way and enjoy the session. Respond, right, wrong, no one cares. But your response matters a lot. Blanks, one or two. Two. Interest to serve the merchants has been, underline has been. Perhaps here you have to use a grammar knowledge. Has been goes with the two tenses. Tell me what are the tenses? One is, she has been our student for 2 months. He has been our professor for 5 years. Which tense is this? Present perfect active voice or passive voice? Active voice. That's the reason why I asked. Usually students think, I don't know why, whenever they see the word been, they think of passive voice. Need not be. She has been our student for 2 months. Present perfect active voice. And you have to think of present perfect continuous active voice. How long have I been teaching you people? I have been teaching for the last 20 minutes. I have been teaching since 2 o'clock. Am I right? Which tense is this? I have been teaching. Present perfect continuous. There is a possibility. Now let us check. Interest to serve the merchants, and passive voice also you can use been. Interest to serve the merchants has been. Based on that, can you say has been grown? Can you say has been growing? Hold that one. Has been grow, grammatically not acceptable. Hold this one. Can you say has been grows? No. So it has to be either the second option or the fourth option. Has been growing since digitization started or starting? Started. So what is the answer based on that second option? But right next to it, question is related to present perfect continuous tense and past tense. Since something started, which tense is that? Past tense. Has been going on, present perfect continuous tense. You have to write, only then you consolidate. The editors claim they have only removed mistakes that in while, but others accuse them of changing the meaning. Underline the word accuse. This is a little challenging in my opinion, and this goes with contextual awareness and exposure to the language. The editors claim they have only removed mistakes that blurred. Can you say mistakes blurred? Blurring goes with what? Please make a note. Vision. Blurred vision. Write the combination. Blurred vision. That bombarded, can you use a word Bombarded here. Bombard goes with, write the combination, information. Every day you are bombarded with a lot of information, whether you like it or not. Yes or no? Does not go with this context? Mark it wrong, mark it wrong. Brace. Brace means what? To accept. Write the meaning. And you all know the word embrace. Write the word embrace first. To accept, to follow, to implement. Write all these expressions. To be decorated with also we can say. Brood. Can you use the word brood here? Brood means what? I asked a question. Brood means what? At least one student has to respond. Or your response could be no idea. Oh, that's better. First you write the word breed. I'm sure you all know this word, breeding. When you talk about breeding, after that the result, then we use the word brood. It goes with breeding, breeding related word, brood. Have you got it? Something like the young ones of a particular animal, you can say. But there's one important idiom you have to know. Some people, what they do, they spend a lot of time thinking of the past. Then casual English, what do we say? Don't spend too much time on your past. Don't think too much about your past. Anyone can understand. But write two important expressions. Don't brood over. Here the preposition is important. Brood over means don't think too much about your past. Don't brood over your past. Past is past, we cannot change. Brood over. Here, brood means what? Think a lot. Write one more important expression. Don't dwell on your past. Dwell. Don't dwell on your past also means the same. Don't think too much about your past. I hope you guys are writing. Put a star mark above the word dwell. Then write separately the word dwelling. Dwelling, plural dwellings. In Western countries, this has become outdated. But in this part of the world, it is still being used. Dwellings means, dwelling singular, place of residence. What is it? The place where you reside, place of residence, dwelling. Dwelling singular, dwellings plural. Okay? And sometimes what happens, some people think about the past a lot. But sometimes people sit at some place and they think about something seriously. And that seriousness could be, they may question themselves, what I'm doing is right or wrong, self-questioning. Write a few words, important words. First you write the word contemplate. Then you write the word introspect. Have you heard of these words? Contemplate, introspect. And when you wish your friend may not respond because your friend is lost in thoughts. Then we say pensive mood. Your friend is in a pensive mood. Means deep thinking. Perhaps introspection or contemplation. Copied? Let us go to the question. What is the last one here? Crept. What is a verb? Please write the word creep. Creep has two different meanings. If you take plants, yesterday I was talking about cactus, remember? I gave the word spines. Write one more word, thorns. Some people use thorns. You can use spines also. Spines has two different meanings. It goes with plants. It also goes with animals. Spine, spinal cord. So creepers, climbers, two types of plants. Creepers, climbers. If you take a plant that climbs up, that is a climber. But spreads along the floor, that is a creeper. Have you got the meaning? And creep means to walk or move along the floor, creep. What is the past form of that? Crept. Creep, crept, crept. Another meaning of creep, to enter. Imagine I'm busy teaching, someone enters a room secretly. Then I can say he crept in. Creep, crept. Have you got the meaning? In this context, mistakes creep in means what? They enter. How many of you have chosen the fifth option? Raise your hands. That is the answer. Not easy, as I said at the outset. I'll read the sentence. The editors claim they have only removed mistakes that crept in. It's a standard expression, creep in, crept in. Underline the preposition in. While transcribing, underline the word transcribing. I'm sure you all know the word translate. What is the meaning of the word transcribe? I have been teaching, imagine someone is giving a speech and someone listens to that speech and writes that speech. That is known as transcription. Write the word. Transcription is a noun form. The verb form is a transcribe. Transcription. Transcribe means that. That means what? They were listening and writing. That time so many mistakes crept in. That is the context. Have you got all the words and meanings? Fine. Let us go to the next one. This is a tough question, I suppose. The party's posture of self-righteousness had been punctured and of suspicion. Underline the word suspicion. Around its president. Underline the possessive pronoun its. Here, how many of you know the meaning of the first word? Miasma. Write the meaning. Unpleasant fog that smells bad. You all know the meaning of the word fog. So, unpleasant fog that smells bad is called miasma. Underline the word linger. Lingers we have got many a time. Have you copied these? No, please write. Linger means to exist or to last for some time. To exist or to last for some time. It does not disappear immediately. And write one important combination, lingering thoughts. Have you heard of this expression? Lingering thoughts means what? The thoughts are there for some time. Lingering thoughts. Shall I go back to the question? Now, you know the meaning. Unpleasant fog that smells bad. Hold this one. Lingers, exists for some time. Hold that also. How many of you know the meaning of the word concert? No problem if you don't know. Also write the meaning concert. A musical program. A musical program, either vocal or instrumental. Either vocal or instrumental. Someone sings concert, someone plays the guitar concert. Have you got the meaning? Does it go with this context? What are we talking about? Talking about politics, so concert ruled out. Hatch goes with what? Eggs, what do? Hatching of eggs, you all know the typical combination. Concoction, write the meaning of that word. Concoction means a mixture of different things or liquids, a mixture of different liquids. Concoction, they mix so many things, that is known as concoction. Copied? Does it go with this context? Please respond. No. Haze. Haze means not clear. Hazy. My thoughts were hazy. Means clear or not clear? Not clear. So write that. Does it go with thickness? Thickness around its president? Does it make any sense? No. Mark it wrong. Punctured and a cloud of suspicion. That's a standard expression. We do say cloud of suspicion. Hold this one. roams around its president. Now you have to decide between the first one and the fifth one. Miasma, literal meaning is what? Unpleasant fog that smells bad. That is a literal meaning. But here, based on the context, something negative or positive. The party's posture of self-righteousness had been punctured and something negative, a fog of suspicion, cloud of suspicion. Seems right or wrong? It can be used, not literal meaning, contextually speaking. And lingers around its president. That is the right word to be used. Means it is around the president, not it hasn't gone, it is still there. Coming to, let's say you are in a situation where you cannot decide between miasma, you don't know the meaning, but you know cloud of suspicion, you must have seen, you know for sure that is the one, but you should not be hasty. You have to decide based on the second word. We never say roams around its president. Can you use the word roaming with the president? That based on that you have to eliminate the fifth option. So what is the answer here? Simple. Under pressure you have to ask yourself, will I ever say roams around its president? Never. That means you cannot consider that option. How many of you have chosen the first option? Please raise your hands. Only a few. Fifth option, raise your hands. Others, I wonder. Please, I think, have I given the meanings of all these? Shall I go to the next one? No, one more thing I told you guys to underline. What is it? It's, tell me, why should you? Which part of speech is it? You guys have to respond. If you take it's, which part of speech is it? Possessive pronoun. What is the rule that goes with possessive pronoun? Possessive pronouns take an apostrophe or never take an apostrophe. That you have to recollect. Why is it important? Many of you are preparing for IBPS PO and SBI PO. You have the descriptive paper, you have to write one essay and one letter. And letter writing, they allotted 2 marks. I know the people who corrected SBI descriptive paper, they themselves told me, while closing the letter, a lot of people, how do they close? Yours, apostrophe, your apostrophe, yes, truly. Is this right or wrong? If you make these mistakes, 2 marks gone. So, possessive pronouns never take an apostrophe. But when I tell this, some students look at me with a question mark face. They have got something to ask. What is it? Sir, we have seen something like this. You have just said they never take an apostrophe. So what is this? This is not a possessive pronoun. It is a short form of it is or it has. That you have to remember. Now we'll go to the next one. They live underground. This is also a bit challenging in my opinion. They live underground too, from temperature that can below freezing point. You have to think of the word that can go below freezing point. Yes or no? What is the word you have to think of? Never think of the options. First you ask yourself, what is the word that goes with this context? Temperature that can touch, one word, below freezing point, but temperature that can go below freezing point. That once you know that, let us see. First one is what? They live underground to enjoy. Can you use the word enjoy here? Does it go with the context? No. Dwindle, an important word. Write one combination. Along with that, you get the meaning. Dwindling numbers. Dwindle means to get reduced, to go down in number or standards. So when I say dwindling numbers, numbers going up or coming down? Coming down, dwindling numbers. You got the meaning, you got the combination. You cannot consider the first one. Escape from temperature, right or wrong? It is right, you can consider. But enhance below, can you use the word enhance here? Mark it wrong. Enhance means what? To improve. Sustain from temperature. Does it sound right? Sustain means what? Maintain. But here we have to withstand or escape or take shelter. We cannot use the word sustain. Let us say you consider that one. What is the second word here? Can you say that can facilitate below 0 degrees or whatever it is? No. Both the words cannot be used. Can you use to recover from temperature? Does it make any sense whatsoever? No. Recede, write the meaning. Recede means what? Go back. And write one combination, receding waves. Receding waves means waves that go back. What are you left with? Shelter, plummet. Write the meaning of the word plummet. An important word they've given many a time. Plummet means to go down. Also write to dive down. Not literally. Plummet means to go down. Sudden fall. We say plummet. Now what do you think the answer is? You are left with which option? That is the answer. They live underground to shelter from temperature, means to escape from temperature, that can plummet below freezing point. That happens in winter, peak winter. The ball fell straight on the vase. You can say vase, you can say vase. Both are correct. Vase, vase, both are right. And did what? Knocked it down, you can consider. Overthrew. Can the ball overthrow? We throw the ball doesn't throw, so mark it wrong. Hit, you can consider. Punch, we punch, ball does not punch, so mark it wrong. And bash, one of the meanings, hit. Another meaning, birthday bash means what? Enjoy. Another meaning is what? Enjoy. New Year bash, enjoy, party. But here, the ball fell straight on the vase or vase and knocked it down, and the vase shattered into pieces. Right word or wrong word? Shatter means what? To be broken into pieces. Answer is the first option. Knocked it down and the vase shattered into pieces. Let us see the words and meanings. Shatter. I hope you guys are with me. Thank you. Shatter has two meanings. One meaning, to be broken into pieces. In this context, that is a meaning. Another meaning, imagine someone quite intelligent, put in a lot of effort, no success, and at the time of the results, he came to know not his number missing. Then what happens? His confidence gets shattered. His confidence gets shattered means what? He loses his confidence. His confidence is gone. He loses his confidence. And sometimes what happens, your confidence goes down. It touches the lowest level. Then there's one expression, please write. First you write the word confidence. Touches the lowest level. Then we say, his confidence has touched rock bottom. Has touched. We use the verb touch. His confidence has touched what? Rock bottom. Means the lowest level. You should never allow that to happen. You should always be optimistic. Shall I continue? Answer my question, what is the opposite of confidence? You're all confident people. What is the opposite? Write the word diffident. Very good. Confidence opposite diffidence. Confident, diffident. Not confident. An important word you have to know. I will tell you. Bashed, dismantled. Here, what are we talking about? I'm not an artist. I hope it looks like a flower vase. Not bad. So, we don't use the word dismantle with that. Dismantle means what? If you take this, I can dismantle. So many parts are there, it has been assembled. When I remove each part, that is dismantling. But this is many parts of one piece. Only one piece. That is one piece. You cannot use the word dismantle in this context. The verb dismantle is not correct. Dismantle goes with a particular product that has been assembled using different parts. Then you remove each one, all the parts, you have dismantled that product. Have you got it? Here one part or many parts have been assembled. I was talking about something. What was I talking about? Suddenly asked that question. Confidence opposite what? Dependence. After that, what is shattered, you know? Crumble. Crumble means what? You take a piece of paper, you just press it. What is it? The paper becomes what? Crumbled paper. You also write the word crumble, you can write the word crush. Crush has many meanings. Please don't go off the track. You guys are very sharp. Amazing, incredible. Within no time you responded for this. Next word is what? Succumb, an important word. Succumb means it goes with, right, injuries. And it takes a preposition to. Succumb to injuries. Imagine someone met with an accident, a lot of injuries. Initially the body fights and it tries to resist. But after some time the person dies. Then what do we say? He succumbed to injuries. Means he died. Have you heard of this combination? Good. And it also goes with pressure. Don't succumb to pressure. When you take the exam, you're under pressure or not under pressure? Pressure or tremendous pressure. So don't succumb to pressure. Is this clear? That's a good combination, I feel. Perish we got yesterday. Punch goes with boxing, punching. And bash, I have given one meaning to hit, another meaning. Birthday bash, party, enjoy. Let us go to the next one. What are these about? What surprises me? He knows. Our students are very good at columns. That is really amazing for me. Usually, columns, in my opinion, challenging, difficult. But our students are really good at columns. Let us check today to what extent my conviction comes true. What is the first one here? The earth was considered in ancient, he cannot be used, as Kate pulled into the drive cannot be used, that it was not him does not make any sense. So can you consider the first one? No. Placing it in a little plate, he cut it up in small pieces. Make sense or no sense? It does make sense. I felt a sharp sting as a kid pulled into the drive. Does it make any sense? No. So what is the answer here? BD. Which option is that? That you check and decide. Easy or difficult? Okay. Let us go to the next one. When the silence became uncomfortable. Here you may get tempted to see F. What is F here? He glared at him. Please write the meaning of glare. Glare, one meaning, to look or to stare at someone angrily, not in a nice manner, angrily. To look or to stare at someone angrily, one meaning. What is the other meaning? I'm sure many of you know. Glare means what? Bright light. The glare of the sun. You know, bright light. There is a common meaning. Bright light. Glare of the sun, glare of the light. Two different meanings. Now let us check. When the silence became uncomfortable, now imagine a scenario, easy for you to imagine. A boy and a girl went on a date, and the boy doesn't speak. The girl waits. Uncomfortable silence. The girl becomes angry or not? What is this guy up to? He doesn't open his mouth. She gets irritated. That means you can consider A and F or not. Definitely you can consider. Hold that one. You can yourself imagine the effect. New game, no. Minutes and finally looked up, no. And what is the next one? The children thought the new game was very funny. Perfect, easy. Based on that, what is the answer? A, F, and C, D. Do you see that option? Please write that option and tick that one right. I'm serious. Please write A, F, comma, and what is the other one? C, D. We do come across errors in the paper key. You got to be confident. Are you confident this option? How many of you are confident? Raise your hands. Go with your confidence, not with the key, not with the paper. Do you understand what I say? No. You got to be confident. No law can be passed without the consent of the chamber. Chamber has two different meanings. One meaning is what? A chamber means a room, a cabin. But here, chamber of commerce, like an organization. So, seems right or wrong at the very outset. Constant repetition makes it easier to learn how to spell a word. This also seems right. The same considerations serve to explain the moon and other satellites. This also seems right. So, what is the answer based on that? A, E, B, F, C, D. Is it the first option? Easy or difficult, this one? That's all. How many questions based on columns? Previous one. Which option? Third option. Columns. No, see, there are two ways of explaining. You must have noticed one style, majority rather, they say no law can be passed without the explain cannot be used, consent of the chamber, hold that one, to learn cannot be used. That means what is the answer? What is, you can consider A and E. Then they say, how many options with A, E? That is the answer. Go to the next question. Do you learn something from that? Do you understand what I say? All of you. Will you get knowledge if you take that approach? You are just coming for questions and answers, but that is not the purpose here. What is the purpose? Enrich your knowledge, improve your English proficiency. That is one thing. Then when you check all the options, you feel all the three can be considered, go ahead. What is wrong with that? There is no rule that you cannot, you should not. Yeah, thank you, sir. Let us go to the next one. What are these about? I think only a few questions. Connectors, am I right? The professor encouraged critical thinking. What is it? You are telling the answer? Oh, you guys are so fast. Okay, which option? Outstanding. Instead of rote memorization. No, this is what we want from you guys. Before the master reads the sentence, you come up with the answer. Master gets the shock of his life. And master feels very happy. That's what we want from you. So how many of you have chosen the second option? Raise your hands. Great. Perfect. You're on the track. Underline rote memorization. Means with understanding or without understanding. Without understanding, you try to mugging up in a way. Is it good or bad? Plenty of tourists visit the area in summer. Why no sound this time? Selling handmade objects is the main source of income for locals. How many of you have chosen the third option? Okay. How many of you chose? I think the key says the second one, am I right? Let us check each one. Can you use any way? Selling does not go with the context. Accordingly. Why should we use accordingly? How is it accordingly here? I don't think you can use the word accordingly. Plenty of tourists visit the area in summer. Accordingly, selling handmade objects is the main source of income for locals. I don't think we can use the word accordingly. Next one is what? Here. Plenty of tourists visit the area in summer. Here, selling handmade objects is the main source of income for locals. This seems right in a way because talks about the tourists, talks about the locals, and based on the visit of the tourists, there's something they're able to make money out of. Hold the one. Third one. Can you use meanwhile? No. So in my opinion, answer should be here, not the second option. Accordingly, tourism is very popular here would have been correct. I will give you an option because some students are not convinced. That's my gut feeling. Plenty of tourists visit the area in summer. Accordingly, tourism is very popular in summer in that area. This makes sense or no sense? But accordingly, selling handmade objects is the main source of income for locals. They are not related. They are not related. Something is missing in between. Then you cannot consider. Have you got it? No, still no, I can't help it. Let us go to the next one. Working from home has many advantages. It might be difficult to keep your cat off your keyboard. Context talks about addition or contrast or reason or purpose. What? Contrast. Can you use as regards? As though, contrasting, but don't consider as if. No. So what is the answer? Good. Although it might be difficult to keep your cat off your keyboard. Relevance should be there between the two. Over. During the product launch, the spokesperson took the stage to ensure or ensure. We cannot use this word ensure in this context. Ensure consumers that the new features were thoroughly tested and guaranteed for optimum performance, means maximum performance. Are you still thinking of that question, or you have come out of that? Please come out of that. We have some more questions. Scientists studied climate patterns to better understand the causes of, what is the spelling of drought? DROUGHTS. Other words are easy. Underline the word mitigating. Mitigate means what? There are three words I usually give. First you write the word mitigate, then you write the word alleviate, then you write the word assuage. To reduce the pain or to reduce the intensity. You all know the meaning, looks like that. Reduce the intensity or reduce the pain. Mitigate the problems, alleviate the pain, assuage the pain, means reduce. All the three words are very important. They have given in bank exams many a time. Have you copied? What is, you got the answer, let us go to the next one. Global initiatives, goal, you're ready with the answer. What is the spelling of goal? An easy one. On and off you get silly questions. Why do they do that? Stress relievers. What are they? Stress relievers. So that you feel a little happy. The Deans and Fred were torn between discussing Fitzgerald's blockbuster interesting. Blockbuster interesting, does it make any sense? Blockbuster what? Announcement. And this conversation which was becoming more interesting by the minute. That's an important expression. It is becoming more serious by the minute. It is becoming more interesting by the minute. It's a standard expression. So which two words you can change? Which option is that? Underline the word discuss and hold it. After the last one, I will spend a few minutes. While in public life, Conkling always attracted attention by his abilities, his keenness and aggressive in debate. Can you say aggressive in debate? The word form is not correct. His keenness and aggressiveness would have been better. But his keenness and eloquence in debate, his aggressive leadership, that makes sense or no sense? So which two words you have to change? B and C, which option is that? Fourth option. And here eloquence, please write the meaning. Eloquent speaker, to speak clearly. To speak clearly. For that we also use another important word, right? Articulate speaker. ARTICULATE. Articulate speaker means speaks clearly. Positive word. Eloquent speaker, articulate speaker. Other words are rather easy. The last one. The widespread belief in the robustness. Robust means what? Strong. Of the rule of law in Britain, democracy reflects our reputation as a vibrant, multicultural. Can you say vibrant? Vibrant means active, lively. Multicultural, certainly. No, certainly is what? Adverb. Multicultural, you need something like an organization, company, any of these. So which two words you have to change? In Britain certainly reflects our reputation as a vibrant multicultural democracy. So which two words you have to change? BD, which option is that? Have you guys got this? Now I said, but we are running out of time anyhow.